YouTube, what is going on? Back my latest video, back in installment of Speculation Saturdays. So instead of suggesting Funko Pops I think are going to go up in price this week, I thought I'd talk about another side of the financial side of Funko, which is restocks. So the question I'm trying to answer today is, are restocks good for collecting? And I'm going to try to look at it from a collector's perspective, but also from a financial perspective as well. And again, I want to make this an open-end discussion. I don't believe I have all the answers to this. It's just my opinion on what I believe how restocks affect the community. So I definitely want you guys to put your opinions in the comment section down below. But let's get right into my thoughts and see what I think. Here we go.
Listen, been in the game for a minute, clocking in because it's time to get down to business. Stunting is a habit, on me I'm good at it. Ask around town, I'm known as the Popsavage.
Alright guys, before we get into this video, please smash that like button down below. Let me know you guys are enjoying these videos, and as always, if you're new to this channel, welcome, and hit subscribe button down below as well so you're updated to my most recent content, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted as soon as I post a new video. So if it's your first time tuning into this segment, what I try to do, like I said, is talk about the financial side of Funko Pops, whether it be Pops that are going up in value, or just topics such as this, like restocks, that do affect the financial side of collecting. So like I said, today I want to tackle restocks. Restocks seem to be a sticking point for a lot of collectors, not just in Funko, but other hobbies, you know, sports cards. I've seen people get mad about restocks, Pokemon, sneakers, especially when I was involved in that heavily. Restocks always seem to be a point of contention in collecting. So I thought this would be a good topic to talk about, just because there has been a lot of recent restocks in the Funko collecting community. So to address the question on the title of this video, are restocks good for collecting? If you look at it from a collecting perspective, I think definitely restocks are good. The reason being is it allows people to get Funko Pops they may have missed out on. I think the one thing we always overlook in the community, or not always, but some of us tend to overlook, is that we need to always bring new people into the community. There are certain Pops, such as a Pop like this, the Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars Rebels, that I wasn't able to get originally. I missed out on it. I didn't have this one, and now I'm able to get this Pop into my collection and start like a Star Wars collection. So there are Pops like this where I, not being a huge Star Wars fan, wasn't going to pay the exorbitant price for this. I'm now able to get this retail and maybe start collecting more in this hobby for Star Wars collecting. And restocks allow that for new collectors as well. If something's on the shelf that somebody missed out on or never knew existed, they may buy that one and start, you know, buying more Funko Pops. So I think getting your hands on an item that originally was unattainable is always something good for the community. People want to get things in their collection. If things are not easily obtainable, people tend to move away from a hobby. If there's a Pop of a really popular character and people can't get their hands on it, it turns people off. People definitely want to be able to have something exclusive, but also have it potentially available to them. So restocks are always good as far as collecting is concerned, because it keeps the hobby going, in my opinion. Now, to answer it from a financial side, it depends on how you look at it. The one thing I always try to focus on this channel, in the segment, when you talk about investing or value for Funko Pops, is a long-term outlook. I think a lot of times when people are mad about restocks affecting the value of their Pops, they're only thinking about the short-term value of that Funko Pop. I think it's pretty obvious that if a Pop restocks, that the value short-term is going to drop. That's almost a definite in almost every single case for Funko Pops. But if you look at things from a long-term perspective, I think as long as the Funko Pop is one that's highly desirable, they will always still end up retaining their value over time. There have been several Pops I've suggested on this segment that I know have restocked or are going to restock that I still think are good purchases if you're looking for long-term appreciation and value of a Funko Pop. For example, this Pop right here, Sasuke with Curse Mark, was one of the most restocked Pops I think I've ever seen. It restocked so many different ways, so many different stickers, and this one was readily available. It was at first like a $50 Funko Pop when it first dropped, when the first convention that dropped it had it, and then it started popping up almost everywhere, restocking almost everywhere. Overseas got it, as you can see, with the special edition sticker, and this Pop plummeted in value. It went, I think, below 20 bucks. You can get them for like 18 bucks at one point last year. I just looked before shooting the video. This Pop is now a $75 Funko Pop, which is above what it originally was going for, about 50 bucks. So I think, like I said, over time, restocks don't really affect the value of Funko Pops if it is a desirable character or figure. I've seen plenty of other examples of this, like the Grunkle Stan I know restocked a whole bunch of times. There's the Yzma Chase. I found that pop on clearance so many times. Walmart had a bunch of them. They were always restocking. It was a common pop, the Chase, and the regular one. I think the regular one was $3 at some point. Now I think it's like a $30 Funko Pop, and the Chase is like a $60 Funko Pop now, and that wasn't the case because there's so many out there. I think once a pop becomes vaulted, obviously that means the supply is going to dry up, and all the collectors that want it only have to fight over what's available on the market. I think over time, Funko Pops are desirable. The restocks don't really affect it at all. So I really wouldn't be too scared about restocks as a collector if you're talking about value long term. Now, the one caveat is the notorious restocker of Hot Topic. Now, I don't want to bash Hot Topic because that is their business practice. They have access. From what I've heard is they have the rights to their exclusives, so they're able to make as many as they want until they decide that they're going to vault them. That's my understanding, what I've heard from numerous sources. I could be wrong, but that's my understanding. And that is why I don't think Hot Topic Pops are good long-term purchases until they are vaulted. The reason why I say that is because I've seen Pops from 2014, 2015 still being restocked for Hot Topic. So I think their restocks tend to hurt the value of their Pops a little bit more. That's why I started to steer away from suggesting those Pops on this channel. For collecting purposes, Hot Topic restocks are one of the best things that happens because people are able to get the Pops that they want into their collection. There are a lot of really cool Hot Topic exclusives that I still haven't been able to get my hands on that I'm waiting for them to restock. Same with GameStop. I was able to get, or I was trying to get that Azula from Avatar Funko Pop. I was really excited to see that it's restocking. So different store exclusives where they're going to continuously restock them. If you're worried about restocks and you're worried about the value of your items, you definitely want to be careful with that because they do have the right to continue producing them until they're vaulted. But there have been cases of vaulted Hot Topic Pops that have gone up in value once they've been vaulted. So I don't think restocks necessarily are always bad for the long-term value of the Funko Pops. Certainly and definitely in the short term, but long term, once that pop is vaulted, it will always go back up to the price it was going to before, and most times even higher. Now, there is one form of restocks that I think is actually bad for the community and also bad for the long-term or short-term value of the Funko Pop. And that brings me back to my boy Sasuke. So if you guys have saw recently, I don't know who posted it, Funko Finder or This Pop or one of the Funko news outlets posted This Pop, and I think the glow-in-the-dark, no, the metallic Vegeta, I think it was, were showing up at Walmart. So I do have an issue with that. Reason being is this originally was exclusive to a convention in Texas, I believe, and then it became just an all-out exclusive for any convention. So it originally was exclusive to one, then it was expanded even more, and now they're popping up at Walmart. So I think that these exclusives that were originally exclusive to a store, a convention, or whatever it may be, that are then being sent to somewhere else, and that makes it no longer exclusive anymore. I think that it is bad for the collecting side of Funko Pops, because somebody out there did stand in line at that convention in Texas thinking they had an exclusive pop that no one else probably could have gotten outside of the convention that now you can go to Walmart and get. I think that turns off collectors more than anything else, because it loses the exclusivity of that item, and I think people stop trying to get those kind of things. I also, again, think it's bad for short-term value, because obviously there are going to be short-term effects on the value. It's going to go down because there's more supply out there. So that is one side of collecting that or restocks that I do have a problem with. Obviously there's nothing that's going to stop it, but I definitely would hope that Funko would start, if they're going to make something exclusive to a certain store, keep it that way. I've seen numerous issues with this. The Vegeta, Metallic Vegeta, was originally a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, then came back as this convention exclusive, and then I saw it at Walmart. So that's 3 different places it's been exclusive to. I think that's an issue, and I've seen it from plenty of items. So that is the one form of restocks that I think is bad for collecting and also short-term value of the Funko Pop. But that is just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I know it's a little bit of a different topic and you know, a short analysis, but I kind of wanted your opinion. Keep this as an open discussion, because I know this is a contentious issue in the Funko community and any other collecting community as well. No one likes restocks, but I just wanted to kind of make this video to let you know, long term, I still think there is upside on these Funko Pops. I suggested that Sailor Moon pop pretty recently that I know is going to restock, and I know when I suggested to you the value is going to go down, and I told you to wait until it went down to buy it. There's plenty of things like that that I think are good opportunities. And again, I think Funko definitely has a long-term outlook to be a good collector's item long-term. That's why I started to make this segment, because I see so many other things happening in sports cards collecting, Pokemon cards, sneakers, where I was, you know, involved in before, where things that were extremely cheap before and no one really cared about. You know, when I was doing sneakers, people cared about sneakers, but it became and exploded so much more now than it was when I was heavily involved in. Same with Pokemon cards. No one really thought that Pokemon cards would skyrocket to the values they are today. Imagine if Funko Pops become the next Pokemon cards, where we're talking about $100,000 Funko Pops. So I definitely think there's a long-term high outlook for Funko Pops. That's why I continue to make this segment. I know we're talking about the segment sometimes buying a pop for $50 and maybe next year's worth $100, but I think one day that $100 could be thousands of dollars. So that's why I continue to make this segment. Don't get too scared of restocks. They will always happen. You just got to be careful. If you see a pop that's getting kind of out of hand and it's a Hot Topic exclusive or GameStop, something that you know notoriously restocks, that's why sometimes I've told you guys it may be time to pull the trigger and wait for the restock. Sometimes it will come, sometimes it won't, but you just got to be careful if you're looking at the value side of Funko Pops. But if you're looking for collecting, restocks are always good. So that's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe if you're new. Check me out on my second channel at Savage Breaks, where I do Pokemon and trading cards over there as well. And check me out on my Instagram at ThePopSavage. You can stay connected there too. Happy Juneteenth to you guys. Hope you enjoy your day. You're celebrating the holiday. Be safe, enjoy. Until next time, I'll see you later.